In this one, we're going to put it all together. The prerequisites will be the back to front shoulder propeller and the front to back shoulder propeller. It also wouldn't hurt for you to go ahead and do those matrix stretches and keep your body safe while we learn this move. In the stretches we did, we very much accentuated turning our toes in and out, but sometimes worrying about what's happening with our feet can be difficult. So in your wide stance, you can also go heel to heel and use that to bend into each knee a little bit instead of the entire lunge warrior stance that we were going into before. A horizontal matrix makes you have to move your body all the way around, more like that scene in the movie, than a vertical matrix does. That said, I don't typically do an entirely horizontal matrix. There's a little bit of a wonk plane that can help get it up and under your arm from the back or down and around and back up to that same shoulder. But the neck wraps are always very horizontal. And if I am taking it out of that plane, I'm doing it intentionally. There's two ways to start this, from back to front or front to back. And the best way to get good at it is to do both over and over in both directions until they link together. I'm going to start with the back to front shoulder propeller using my right hand to do a neck wrap. From my perspective, my right hand is going to be going front to back as it propellers underneath that armpit back to front. I'm going to lean into that left leg like I did before and complete that entire rotation up onto the top of that shoulder. This is when the horizontal neck wrap happens, which is the same release that we were using when we were doing the second drill. Now we've done the back to front. Now work on the front to back. Remember that you have to end out by bringing your torso forward and down a little bit to create a nice shelf on the back of your neck for the staff to travel around during the backside neck wrap. And I'll show you again on this side. Think about it with your hand down by your hip, doing a clockwise motion from back to front. Now, which way is my head looking? As the staff is going around my arm, I have to look at it for my head to be out of the way when it travels around on its rotation. As I stand up into either neck wrap, I have to be looking forward for my head to be out of the way. And then when I'm leaning to the other side, I watch it in the second rotation. And by sending my vision back and forth, I make sure this back piece of my skull isn't hitting the staff when it's not supposed to. Let's start with the back to front propeller on the left side. You're going to turn your right toes out so that you're able to bend into that leg and use your left hand for that neck wrap, sending the staff all the way up and around. Now when it gets to your left shoulder, you want to be looking forward as it crosses with the center right about in the hollow of your throat to the other side. Try to keep it up tucked in around your neck and armpits as much as you can for a matrix. For the second side, it's the same thing as the second drill that we did in the earlier video. So you're going to pass it from your left shoulder to your right shoulder, and your right hand is going to go from back to front, making a counterclockwise motion. So in this direction, when you're using your left hand, it's going to be counterclockwise from your perspective if you're looking at the staff while you're doing it. From the right hand release in this, it's going to be clockwise. So now I'm going to show you the matrix from all the different releases in all the different directions, just so you can get the motion of the movement down, and then you can start to connect it yourself. Don't always start with back to front, often do front to back, and figure out which part you're having trouble with so that you can really decipher it for yourself. Watch that center point as it goes around, and move your shoulders in and under where you need them to be for it to wrap all the way around the portion of your arm that's closest to your armpit and tuck way up onto your neck. On the front side, you should be crossing your neck where both sides could be horizontal and clear your shoulders. And on the back side, you should be aiming for this place that we have so much control and that we generally do our neck wraps in from the back side. When you're doing the front to back propeller from the left side, you're going to want to make sure that you're leaning into that left knee. And then from there, you're going to have to bring that torso forward and around to the right and back up. And that's how you create that little divot on the back of your neck for the staff to stay in as you go around. To put these pieces together, you have to realize that you're going to need to warm up every time you do the matrix, and you might feel tight and your first 5 minutes might suck. Listen to your body. Remember, if your lower back's hurting, to take a break, check your alignment. And definitely don't only do it in one direction, or you'll create that muscular imbalance that will affect your hips and your lower back and your hamstrings and leave you prone to injury. To make my drills more interesting, I often enter from prayer Steves and regular Steve entries from both the front and back sides.
Nothing to anything you want to do it. Want to change the world. There's nothing to